Today flight Qantas 7558 from Chicago to Dallas Fort Worth, which I believe then continues possibly to Sydney or Australia. I think it's I've not really looked into it, but I think it's part of a two-leg trip for Qantas. Maybe you know better than I do. Maybe you've done it. Hello, Voju 24, Andre Falcon, Giant Unicorn, Kilo Charlie 1. Welcome to the stream. Good morning or good evening, depending where you are. So yeah, here we are. It's down Mike 15 in Chicago O'Hare. It's a fine morning. Weather is quite good. Southeasterly wind and all fairly clear. So we expect departure from runway 10 left. So we'll go. Yeah, we'll open the door. It's done. We'll go on the RS mode selector. Set the 3 RSs to nav. No pun intended. The emergency lights are armed. We'll start the APU. Make some noise. And what else? Put the logo light on. Display the kangaroo on the tail. Yellow. Do a quick cancel of the recall because we've got a lot of stuff there. And yeah, we pretty much sorted out. The parking brake is set. Yeah. Transponder is standby 2000. So far so good. So let's have a look at the FMC 747-400. It's Rolls-Royce engines. Already wants to enter the RS position, so go to posing it. We are in KORD, Chicago Air. What's the temperature there today? 1 degree in the morning. Ooh, chilly willy. I will take the GPS position there, and the RS is already aligned. It's very quick. Zapovit, hello again. Yeah, all is well. I've done my bits and pieces since earlier on, as planned, and I'm back now. Got a bit of time, so just chilling out, having fun. Maybe getting up to 600 followers. Hey, happy days. But anyway, that's not the main thing. The main thing is just to have fun and play around. Yellow. Does anybody know the 80s frequency for active sky for your departure airport? I know the arrival is 122025, but I don't have like the references like near me, so. Andre Falcon, thank you very much. I'm being a cheeky monkey here. So on the route page we'll use the data link. With PFPX I need to kind of work out how to export the route onto the 747 folder. When they published PFPX, the 747 was not out, so there's no really any folder which are already set in PFPX, and I tried to sort one of them out, and it's not really worked. So at the moment I'm saving also in the 777 and the NGX folders, but I can't get them onto the 74, so we'll go into the 777 routes and find a company route, which was also taken from Flight Aware. Flight Aware will give you the routes in the States, all the US flights. You'll get the route on Flight Aware, and I think actually this flight 1220. Okay, I'll try. Thank you very much. Yeah, 122025 is for the destination, I think. I've got the flight plan in active sky, so KORD KDFW 01. Yeah, as I said, it was in Flight Aware. So entered it into PFPX, saved the route, worked out the flight plan fairly quickly, and yeah, here we are. So we'll request that. Closest ATIS station. Okay. So that should work out for Chicago since we are at the airport. That's good. We'll listen to that at some point. The Route 1 uplink is ready, so we'll load it. So we got the origin airport, Chicago, destination, Dallas-Fort Worth, the company route code. The route is here. There's no airways today on this route. It's just point to point. It's Aceto to Adele to Arlen to St. Louis and then to Arnett, and then it will be the arrival. So we can activate and execute this. We'll come back to the route page to set the call sign. That's the Quantas 7558. Yellow. The wind data uplink is ready. That's understood. Then we go to Perfinet. Cost index is 40. There's no rush. We'll fly quite slowly. Reserves. I think it's 9.6. Yeah. The alternate is Houston. Cruise level will be 360. Although it's a busy flight, there's not a lot of fuel, so we can climb quite quickly. That's it for the Perfinet for the moment. And we go to departure arrival, and there'll be 10 left. There's no SID in Chicago, it's just radar departure. So we'll go on the runway heading and then at some point do a right turn en route. I will execute this. So on the route 1 page 1, we've got all the details, which is good. And then here there's no discontinuity direct to Aceto. So that's good. As I said, there's no departures out of Chicago. It's all radar departures. But that's the chart for Chicago, and you can see that at the top there's there's basically no departures. You've got all the points on the route, and you can see Aceto kind of to the south of the airport. So yeah, 14012, overcast at 9,000 feet, 1 degree, 3041. The B function in the simulator is giving us the altimeter setting straight away. Very nice, high pressure over Chicago. We've got a departure, and here, well, there's no departure, but just the legs page is sorted out. What I will do is load the winds now. Execute this and then go to the VNAV descent page and go on the forecast and load the forecast. Transition level on the other side 180, and here in Chicago 18,000 as well. That's good. And we'll wait and put it on the Perfinet page. Oops. And let's see if there's anything to do up here on the overhead. The APU is now available, so we'll set it on the electrical system. We'll disconnect the ground power at some point. Here is all good. There's nothing really. We'll give the cabin some air, put the packs on. The APU bleed is on, so it's gonna feed the backs. Down here there's nothing really. Then coming here we can set the displays, so we'll go for VOR on both sides, take the airport and the TCAS. Here we are. And we'll prepare it for Dallas. Whoop. And auto brake is down here. We'll go on RTO. Seatbelt sign on. We are all good, I think. Happy days. Last thing, the MCP flight directors on both sides. Altitude, I will set all the way up. 36. Runway heading. Should be. Oh, I went too far. Whoa, no. I'm not looking. So 273 should be a reciprocal of 093. That's it. Great. Zero fuel weight we said was 243.7, so we'll set that up. That's all good. We'll take a derate. And maybe we'll take an assumed temperature as well, but I'll be quite conservative. We'll go maybe 39 degrees. Give further reduction, but not too much. And takeoff, we'll go for flap 20. And we'll accelerate at 3,500 to get climbing as quickly as possible for the airspace restrictions. And we'll take those speeds. 149 on the V2. So we'll set 149. LNAV, VNAV, we've got heading 093 for runway 10 left and 360 for the cruise altitude. There's no ATC, so we'll get climbing straight away. That's pretty much it. Right. Let's pressurize the aircraft. Get ready. So the demand pumps, they come to auto except number 4, which goes to aux. Has to protect for the push. The fuel pumps, they come on and will be tank to engine configuration since we don't have a lot of fuel. And this one as well. The fuel pump number 1, 2, 3 and 4, come on. Yeah, why not? It's good fun, I like it. The packs go to off. No, actually, it's 2 and 3. The beacon comes on. And we'll check the recall. Is not closed the cargo doors? I thought they were closed. Bad. Close. I will arm the doors. For that should be all good. The doors are quite big, so it's gonna take another few seconds to Yeah, the 777 is a little bit different to this. But at the end of the day, it's a Boeing aircraft, so you kind of... I feel quite happy with the 7.4 actually. You get familiar with it fairly quickly. So we got on TCAS engine 4, 3, 2, 1 shutdown and TCAS off, so that's expected. We can cancel that. And we'll set the transponder to TRA. And we are all good. Let's go remove the jetway before I scratch the whole side of the aircraft. And call GSX for the push. So you're gonna put the nose to the left. Nope. Let's go. Yeah, no, to fly on another type. So, for example, as you mentioned, the 747, you will need to go through extra training. And normally, you only fly one type at a time. They're not really keen on having you fly several types. You can fly, I think, at the same time the 330, 340, the 318, 319, 320. I think you can fly these because it's all fairly similar. Although the 330 and 340 they are a little bit different because the 340 is a 4-engine aircraft, so there's a little bit more, you know. But 777, actually the license is also valid for the 787. So I believe you can fly at the 777 and the 787 at the same time. Alright, so we'll start number 4. Yeah, it's not a lifestyle that suits everybody. What I like is the kind of like shift work. I used to work kind of 9 to 5, so to speak, and I have to say I like working in shifts. And when you fly long haul as well, it's a little bit more difficult than flying short haul, where you kind of fly. Well, depends on the short haul, because some guys on short haul kind of do long trips and spend a bit of time away from home as well. But like on most short haul, you kind of go back home every night. So that's quite good. On long haul, you spend a lot of time away because of the nature of the flying. You do such long flights that once you get to destination, you can't go back home the same day. So you have to stay outstation and then come back like the following day or 48 hours later. So number 4 looks good. Parking brake is set. We'll start number 3. No, partying with the crew is not what it used to be, fortunately. Yeah, there's too much about, like, you know, stuff going on about the likes of harassment and people like taking things the wrong way, and a lot of cabin crew as well, and the place where I work, they are fairly young as well. I mean, I could almost be some of them. I could almost be their dad. So it doesn't really work out, you know. And also, if something happens like down route, and I don't know if you get involved in a fight or they go into like a bar or a club, and something goes wrong, then you are responsible for them as well. So it's not really ideal, you know. And the company will say, well, why did you let this happen? Or yeah, you'll be responsible for it at the end of the day. So it's not worth the hassle, really. Yeah, the Avro jets are quite cool. City jet, yeah. Number 3 is good. I'll go for 2 and 1 now. If I believe Virgin Atlantic. Just thinking, we don't need to arm LNAV because there's no departure. Well, I don't make real-world aviation videos because, without sounding like pedantic, but we're not allowed to film or take photos in the flight deck. So that's really the main reason why. It will be very easy for the company if I was like publishing like cockpit videos and or I was taking photos in the flight deck. It will be quite easy for the company to trace me back and get me into trouble. So that's not really worth it. Yeah, I know there's quite a few guys who post videos online of, you know, their flights, but we're not really supposed to do that. And yeah, these guys still do it. There's quite a famous one posting videos of 737 flying in Europe, but I know the airline and he's not supposed to do that, and I'm not sure if he's still doing it or not, or maybe he's now left. But yeah, that's so yeah, that's the reason why I don't do it. All right. APU can come off. Number 4 hydraulic demand pump comes to auto. The pressure light comes off. The fuel is set. The packs come to normal. Then we'll come down, check the recall. There's nothing there. And we go for the flaps. We're pretty much done. I think these guys are gone. Yeah, he's long gone. Just have the overall view. No, there's nobody left. This is Quantas. J1D 54. It's your national airline. The Kangaroo. The flaps are very slow to extend. I see I started to extend the flaps maybe 30 seconds ago, and they're just coming to 20 now. Anyway, we'll blank the lower engine display, and we shall go. There's nobody on the approach. Anyway, this is usually a takeoff runway, the left runway. 10 left. You would land on 10 center, I think. The only thing is that to make sure that the FMC on the tablet connects to your PC and you know the connection is working properly. I think normally it's connecting via Wi-Fi, so you just need to make sure that this is kind of reliable. Right, we are on runway 10. And takeoff, thrust ref. Check.
V1. Rotate.
Try a smooth rotation.
Positive rate of climb.
Gear up.
Gear coming up.
Engage heading select.
Heading select activated.
Set heading 150.
Setting heading 150. Gear up and locked.
Check the moon crescent. Set heading 180.
Setting heading 180.
Flaps 10.
Flaps 10 selected.
Flaps 5.
Flaps 5 selected.
Set heading 220.
Selecting heading 220.
Flaps 1.
Flaps 1 selected.
Flaps up.
Flaps going up.
Engage LNAV.
Setting LNAV activated.
Insufficient fuel already. Wow. Right, so we're gonna intercept the LNAV and then go to Athito. Yeah, so that will be the kind of sequence with radar departures, a couple of heading changes. And yeah, that will be it. So the gear is up and off, and the flaps are up. That's the after takeoff checklist complete. So we are still in heading select, but you can see we are heading towards the magenta line. So once the magenta line is intercepted, the heading select will be replaced by LNAV in green. The box will take shape there, and then the box will disappear. Let's look at that. We don't have long to go until we intercept the LNAV track. The FPS is probably in the region around here because it's quite intense. Maybe about 25. Once in the air and there's less demand on the system, kind of it's locked at 30. But around airports it's suffering a little bit. And that's it. We have intercepted the LNAV track. We've got LNAV and the green box there, and heading select obviously is gone. Now inbound Aceto, accelerating to 324 knots. All the lights. Wrong angle. All the lights come off except the strobe lights and the beacon, of course, and the nav lights as well, and the logo can come off. Trying to save the bulb at night. Right, so we're climbing to 360, so we'll set standard now. Thank you very much for the follow. Zarius, welcome to the stream. Welcome to flight 7558 to Dallas Fort Worth. Yeah, legs to Brisbane, yep. Brisbane, Sydney. I'm not sure if they fly to Melbourne as well from that side. We'll let the passengers go. Yeah, but the seatbelt sign is here. So it's climbing quite well, 3,500 feet per minute. We've got a moon crescent, looks like it's the last quarter. And yeah, the day is breaking, really. We can see the sun is not very far. So yeah, it's not gonna be dark for long. And back in the flight deck. It's a lovely morning out there. Nicely climbing away. We'll take the VNAV climb page. And that's it. All set up in the cruise now. Well, in the climb, sorry. Outside, certainly, we can look outside. It's a long reach. Oh, it's turning there, I think. Yeah, it's lovely. It's a really, really nice aircraft. Okay, little rascal. Virgin 777. Cool. Velocity. Very nice indeed. We can look at the other side. No, not that one. That's the right wing. You can see the Rolls-Royce engines, the green navigation light on the right, the strobe flashing only once. The wings are flapping a little bit in the wind. Yeah, the sun is now very far. The Kangaroo. Yeah, so I think this could be the beginning of the trip back somewhere to Australia, maybe Sydney. Because I believe they fly from Dallas direct to possibly Sydney. Yeah, so I think it's it's possibly one of those multi-leg trips. It'll obviously probably stop. The crew would stop in Dallas, and then would do the direct flight back to Australia at some point, maybe a day or two later. Morning, DK James. Welcome to the stream. Oh, sorry about the shot. Windy 54. I'm not sure where the shot was. It's not too bad.